We were great once, feared even. When the mighty Nehekara was brought low by their own sorceries, we did survive. When the court of Lamia sought to make us a nation of thralls, we rebuffed them. When the oceans called to us, so did we embark upon them. From the Jade Sea to the Sea of Claws, our sails knew every horizon. That's when he came to us, Jafar. The Great Sultan united the desert tribes, humbled the emirs, and founded an empire. So great were we that when we landed upon the shores of Astalia, their armies fled at the sight of us. The Talayans hid within their cities as we approached. Finally, the world would know our greatness. Greater than Nehekara, greater than the Dragonlands to the east, and greater than the fools who worshipped their once king as a god. But then they arrived. In their shining armor, with their glowing lances, did legion upon legion of the ladies' knights come. Our armies were caught, unprepared, unaccustomed to their fighting style, lacking the means to meet them blow for blow, as they combined armies with the Empire and overwhelmed us with their numbers. With a hatred so furious that an Ifrit's breath would seem cool in comparison. They chased us from their continent. But that was not enough for them. No, their indignation turned to greed as they plundered our cities, chased the tribes into the desert, and struck down our Great Sultan. All was lost. For centuries now, we have lived under occupation. They parade through our streets, claiming to protect us from the walking dead of Nehekara, as though they are here by invitation. Their brightly decorated knights come to our lands, claiming to quest for their false goddess, while they line their pockets with gold stolen from tombs and taxes levied at our ports. The desert tribes no longer resist the undead, but now work alongside them. And our greatest force, the corsairs of the Golden Fleet, they set sail for shores unknown. The emirs all bow and scrape before our would-be conquerors to hold to what little power they have, and with each generation, memory of our greatness fades. Yet still, we persist. But there is a change in the winds. In the south, magic surges up from the frozen shores. The mightiest king of Nehekara rouses from his ancient throne as rumor spreads of the return of the master necromancer. In the north, the empire of man is fractured and besieged. And a discovery has been made. Deep within the city of Al-Haqiq, a lamp was found. Not like the lamps of the jinn, which are large and richly decorated with ornate gems and gold. No, this one was small, the color of jet. However, what lied within was greater than any treasure in all of the world. The Great Sultan, Jafar, not dead but transformed, like a prophecy fulfilled. He has come back to us in our time of greatest need, ready to fulfill the promise of days gone by, to reunite Araby and take vengeance upon the Crusaders and their king. The palace guards did throw down their weapons before His Majesty. The weakling emir, knowing his fate was sealed, fled with what little he could carry. Now we stand, ready to once again take our place on the world stage. Araby was great once. It will be great again.
Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and welcome to our newest series on the channel, Shifting Sands. Today we're going to be playing as Araby as we explore what this campaign's all about. We're going to be going on that narrow, very focused path that I had discussed when I was talking about starting new Let's Plays for the series. So the goals of this campaign are going to be, well, laid out right here in the faction effects. Jafar's Revenge. Enact Jafar's Revenge by uniting all of Araby and conquering Estalia, Talea, and Bretonia. So that is going to be our goal. We're going to be taking vengeance upon those who cast Jafar down once upon a time. However, he is back, and he is back with the power of a Jinn. We will hopefully see that in this episode. If not, I'm sure we'll definitely see it in the next episode. But with all of that said, I am not going to hold this up any longer. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, and here we are in the lands of Araby. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. Keep in mind, guys, that I play with about 120 to 150 mods at any given time. I know it's kind of overblowing it, but there's just so much that I want to have in this game, and damn it, I'm gonna have it. So, how they play the Sultanate of Araby. Complete Jafar's Revenge by uniting all of Araby, conquering all of Estalia, Talea, and Bretonia to earn rewards. That is, of course, going to be the goal of our campaign. We're going to keep it narrow and just straightforward. We're going to try not to expand way like east or south or across the Great Ocean. We're going to go straight up into Estalia, probably take Sartosa on the way up towards that direction. So Sartosa, Talea, Estalia, and then we're going to take final vengeance upon Bretonia. We're going to, of course, have the caravan system. I don't know if this is, if I can never remember if the caravan one is the one from Cathay, or if the other one is from Cathay. I think the caravan's from Cathay, and the other one, which I can't remember the name of it, is the Chaos Dwarf. Anyway, so send caravans across the world in Jalaba's way and navigate risk en route to reap great financial rewards. Capture slaves to receive greater bonuses from certain buildings. Enable instant building construction to barter for powerful items in the Grand Bazaar, or to instantly recruit slave rabble units. Those should be useful, kind of like goblins or escaping slaves. Use the diktats to maintain slave population and gain additional effects. I want to say diktats are edicts, but I'll have to take a look at that. The nobles of Araby are constantly warring with each other. Both the urban elites and the the nomad chiefs vie for control. The influence of either side is strengthened by constructing urban or nomadic aligned buildings. When one side gains the upper hand, you receive greater bonuses from certain items or certain buildings. Gosh, I gotta quit replacing words in my brain. Okay, and it's just telling us how they play again for some reason. So here is what our situation is going to be. We start at war with Outremer. Now, if you don't know who Outremer is, it is going to be a modded faction that replaces, I believe, Thegan's Errantry. Outremer is going to be kind of like a Kingdom of Heaven faction. If you guys ever want to see me play them, I'm sure at one point or another we will get around to playing them, but they are a very cool faction led by Baldwin. He is going to be the Duke of these lands, leading from the city of Martek. Martek is an Arabian city, so of course we're going to have to take that. We're starting in El Hayik. We've got to retake Pyrus, so that's going to come from the hands of the Strigos Empire, which is trying to reestablish itself as an island-based empire. Not going to happen on our watch. And then we'll also have to take out the Chevaliers of Bretonia. Now, if you're ever looking to see exactly what you've got to get done, well, this is going to be your guide. So you want to unbreak the crescent, so to speak. And I'll let you guys read all of this. These are the settlements, more or less, that we're going to have to retake. We already have Al Hayik, excuse me. And we're going to have to push a little bit into Team King lands, but we're also going to be mainly focused on the western front. Now, if you look directly to the east of us, we're going to have a bit of an issue. The Dread King is alive, or not alive, he is undead, but he is present. He has been resurrected, and he controls the Pools of Despair. We're also going to have the Knights of Borgio hanging out over at Zandri. I believe they have been kicked from Pyrrhus. I remember them being in Pyrrhus. Not sure what happened there. And I believe that's as far east as we have to go. I don't believe that we have to travel east into Gorgazan. But I will double check that. No, I don't think we have to go that far. I think once we hit that river, the Great Mortis Delta. I think once we hit the Great Mortis Delta, we're in the clear. I don't think we have to go any further. But we do need to unite all of this territory. That is going to be the first thing we do. Now, I have talked enough about that. So,
the Serpent
let's
Lord.
get started. Let's
You
look
stand
at
before the Sultan.
We've got Wazar the Cruel.
Wizard Supreme
going to,
of Araby.
He's, of course, going to join up in the army. We're going to need him. He's going to be very instrumental to us. Let's see what our building chain is going to be. So this is what it was talking about. If you're looking for influence from either side, the nomads or the urban elites, you're going to build these buildings up, and it will continue to push it one way or another. It's a very unique take on the yin-yang system. Okay, let's see what else we can get done here. We've got the Raiders camp, of course. That's going to be a nomad influence building. Now, the difference between the Raiders, or not the Raiders, but the difference between the nomad fighters and the more urban fighters is going to be the urbans are going to be a more traditional lineup, you know, fight in formations. The desert fighters are, of course, going to be more of your hit and run tactics, flanking, just heavy on that stuff. But our nomads are also going to be the ones who have our handguns, so that's something to keep in mind. Trying to remember exactly where we get our archers from, because we definitely need some. Definitely going to want to get a siege workshop going so that we can start utilizing our siege equipment. That's slave rabble. Don't need slave rabble. Where are our archers? Not level 1. Services.
The Serpent Lord.
Oh, I just automatically have. See, that's where it's. Oh, there they are. I'm stupid. I looked right past it.
Commander of Jin.
Because I knew that we were going to need some of those guys. So we already have a handful of slaves. We're going to want to go ahead and get some of them in our armies here. We'll come back for growth. We'll come back for growth because we're going to utilize these slave rabble. So the way that you do that is you're going to go to the Grand Bazaar and you can buy slave rabble. They're only 200 gold a piece. You can just start filling up an army with them real quick. So we've got currently
Wizard Supreme of Araby.
Let's go ahead and get now we've bought 5 units of slave rabble. They just immediately appear. We'll use them to swarm and envelop our enemies, and then we'll come in and not risk any of our better troops taking out this army. Let's get into this first battle.
Just what I need. Another mess to clean.
And there it is, my friends. The army of Araby awaits. As you can see, we've got our slave rabble up front, along with our genie. We have our archers looking so slick in the center, followed closely behind by our spearmen, our royal guards, and Jafar himself, accompanied by his royal bodyguard. So, let's see what we've got going on over here. Now, this is one of those larger maps. It is going to be brought to us by, oh gosh, I want to say it's WLC. The map, it's a huge map mod. If you haven't gone to check it out, I highly suggest you. I'll try to remember to put it down in the description of this video. Please forgive me if I don't. I've got a lot, I've got a lot to keep track of, so. But we've got the Bretonnian force. They are vastly outnumbered in this battle, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be giving up. They've got some archers, some halberdiers, and of course they've got some peasants. Of course, they're not throwing their peasants directly into the meat grinder like we are. That is not their tactic. But just because Jafar is hailed as, I apologize if you guys are hearing that. There's a it sounds like a leaf blower outside. Anyway, Sultan Jafar, though he is the greatest sultan to ever live, or at least come from Araby, he is not a kind person. He does not care for slaves. He's going to use them as meat just to throw into the grinder. Now, I am surprised, and not really surprised by the Total War AI, that these Grail Knights are not trying to get some maneuverability going. But what are you going to do? Our rabble is getting ready to charge over this hill. But on the opposite hill, we have our Arabian Knights. And I really love these guys. As you can see, they keep the plating, the cataphract style plating, off of their rear. I assume that's so that they can maintain some measure of speed while negating charge reflection up to the front. But again, not entirely sure. I'm not a military expert on that kind of thing. Now, you want to ask me about 21st century warfare or even 20th century warfare, I might have a few things to talk about there, but there are going to be some gaps in my knowledge, unfortunately. And it looks like it is beginning. We have crested the hill.
Curl the unchivalrous brutes!
The questing knights are holding back. I believe I called them Grail Knights earlier, so I do apologize for that. Any of you lore fanatics? And of course, they're just going to tear our rabble to shreds. They're not here to defeat questing knights, I can assure you of that. But it does appear that we have tied them up. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on up here. And it looks like the genie has arrived. He's about to come down and mess up some Bretonnians, as well as the Arabian Knights coming in to destroy their flank. Their completely exposed archer corps is about to fall. Ooh. And down the hill. That's ugly. And of course, our hits are likely just bouncing off of this knight. I believe his name was Kepler Dubon. And it does look like the rest of our forces are beginning to crest the hill. And that is bad news for those questing knights. They have no kind of defense against archers. Let's see what the genie's doing. He just summoned lightning. Now that is a gorgeous model if I ever did see one. I know that I said in the Bellicor episode that we can't, in the modding community, make anything like that Bellicor model, but I'll say that genie's pretty damn close. And, of course, a decisive victory. Didn't gain too many slaves off that, but we will when we replenish. There we go. And we're still gaining slaves every turn. Now, I'm not sure what this base plus 20 is based off of, but hey. Commandments. And like I said, we can go ahead and start utilizing this stuff. Sorcerer's Carriage, right? So it's basically going to be the crafting system from the dwarfs and a couple others. I want to say the I want to say that the, oh gosh, who is it? The Tomb Kings? Yeah, I want to say the Tomb Kings use something very similar to this. I haven't played as the Tomb Kings in so long, I couldn't actually tell you. So you got your Grand Bazaar over here, and then you've got your actual slave market over here, where you can purchase, you know, actual slaves to work for your leaders, give you those extra bonuses, which is great. I want to say, like, there's one that'll increase taxes. Like, it's really good. I can't remember which one it is. Here is our trading route. We can go ahead and start utilizing those. Humbleborn, that's going to get you a big army. Clandestine, that's going to get us some Not really a whole lot, but it does get you a Hashashin. Hashashin, excuse me. Oh, that replenishment rate is fantastic, though. Hmm. But having an extra hero in our army is pretty hard to pass up. I kind of just want to get both of them. Let's go with Clandestine first. Hopefully the other one is still around. We're going to increase the money from that, or that's going out. And we will send a caravan. No, we don't have contact with the Golden Megas. Let's send a caravan to the Aswad Scythians. That way we can go ahead and initiate communication with our kindred out there. That'll get us a good amount of money as well.
Commander of Jinns.
Oh, probably shouldn't have done that one. That's alright. Jafar is focused on Jafar, not anyone else.
Commander of Jinn.
Let's combine these guys.
The Serpent
back up.
Lord.
We're going to get rid of that.
Commander of Jinn.
And we've still got plenty to work with. Now, I could try to move against Martek. I don't think that's what we're going to do. What we're going to do
Wizard
is
Supreme
hang out right
of
here.
Araby.
See if we can get a little bit closer.
There will be
to Alak.
nothing in my
Alaik.
wake. Fine then.
Keep messing that up. And gonna recruit another spearman and a bowman. Now, usually I would go for swordsmen and whatnot, but we want to be able to have plenty of access to anti-cav because Bretonians are going to be our primary enemy starting off, and our other enemies aren't really going to be bringing anything that requires swords. Now we could go for the goat farm. Play bazaar. Carpeted workshop, or carpet workshop. Not carpet workshop. I'm gonna go for that goat farm. Get the growth.
Commander of Jinns.
Now, it's almost a shame that we need to go for Martek because we're already at war with Outremer, because that's an entirely different province, and to unite that province, we're going to have to go to war with the dwarfs, and that's not really something that we need to do. Maybe we could force them to into service under us. That would be our best bet. But we do need to capture Martek. That has to happen. All right, and we're back with our first caravan encounter. So, Rob the Scrapper, or I'm sorry, let me read it to you real quick. While traveling on the road, our caravan spots a lumbering beast hauling a ramshackle wagon crewed by a scrawny bunch of Noblars. The wagon pulls alongside of us, and the head of this odd band, a spectacled Noblar wearing a turban of Arabian fashion, speaks to our caravan leader of his journeys throughout the land. He eyes our cargo and the entire time, or he eyes our cargo the entire time, and he asks for some of it to fund his latest invention, the Noblar knows Marisha. I don't know what that means. He offers you the services of his guards in return for your shopping scrap. Now, we could give him some cargo. We'd lose 200 cargo, and we would gain some powder sniffers. I want to say that these are a unit that comes to us from the Noblar uh, factions mod, where they get their own factions. I'm not that keen on those, not for cargo, not when we can get 2,000 treasury. So we're gonna rob him for deigning to dress as an Arabian, and we're going to keep it moving. Now that we've got some extra money, let's go ahead and upgrade that. While we're at it, I know that we're going to be leaning pretty heavily into the urban ports right now, but we'll shift it up, get some balance going. Not that we really have to have balance, but we'll keep it. We will definitely invest in some of the more tribal buildings as well. Go ahead and upgrade that while we're at it.
You
And something
stand
cool
before
that
the
the Chaos
Sultan.
Dwarfs gave us, we can sacrifice to instantly construct buildings, but that's a lot of slaves to sacrifice for something that we don't really need right this second.
You stand before the Sultan.
My vows will not allow it.
And it looks like Baldwin has decided that he is going to camp out inside of Martek. That is
Commander of Jin.
that means that we're going to have to come with a full army, meaning that I'm probably going to need to get some slave rabble going. So let's see. Two of those. Let's get 2 more spears. I'll fill the rest of the army up with slave rabble. And hopefully we don't find a reason to go bankrupt in the meantime. And here we are once again with another caravan encounter. Walk like a Nehekaran. While traveling along the rolling dunes of Nehekara, our caravan chances upon a tomb that has been uncovered by the desert winds. The tomb appears to be untouched by time and ripe picking. Once inside, the men encounter a regally dressed skeleton who claims to be a prince, and that our caravan leader is his long-lost king. Okay. The skeleton promises to guard his king for eternity, but all the men see are the riches that are buried here alongside the prince. So we could fight him and gain some cargo upon victory, or we could get a tomb prince. I'm going to take that tomb prince. Remember
Commander
that our
of
guy,
Jin.
our caravan leader is clandestine. He's not going to fight battles that aren't necessary. Let's see. Hey, and maybe he's a long lost king. Who knows? Now, Wezar the Cruel, we're going to have him start training up our troops.
Wizard
Unfortunately, I don't think.
Supreme of
Yeah,
Araby.
there's no option for us to upgrade anything. That would be cool if we could utilize that, but we don't have
Commander of
that for
Jin.
this army. Now, we do have a bit of a situation brewing. What we could do is try to take advantage of the fact that Kofar is currently undefended, but then we would have Rapunzel bearing down on Al-Haik. On the other hand, we could go after Martek, but we would
you
be
take me
facing
for a
a
child?
full army of knights. Well, not knights, but a full army
Wizard
of Draconia.
Supreme of Araby.
So that is the real question. What are we gonna do? Do we go? Do we go for the stubborn defense now, or do we try to outmaneuver our enemies? The last thing that we can
The
do
Serpent
is
Lord.
sit in our city. So let's go ahead and try and outmaneuver them. Maybe we can get them to attack Al-Haik while we're away and take advantage of that. So let's get moving.
Hurry.
While we're doing that, go ahead and get a sheep charge. Maybe we should go with a commander here instead. Ooh, that would be good to have. Extra missile strength. We'll worry about getting a Grand Vizier later because we do have Jafar for now. So let's get a melee lord. I'm gonna go with Yusuf here because I like what he's got going for us. Plus 5% campaign movement, not really helping me out. So
You stand
Take him.
before the Sultan. You stand before the Sultan.
and looking at him, he doesn't look like he's much for battle. Very cool. This one looks like oh, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Salahuddin. He looks like Salahuddin. I really like that. And this guy, I don't really have a, but I like him. We're gonna keep him. And we're going to go for. He's going to be an army builder. So, well, not an army builder, but an army leader. So let's go with. Lean into what he's already got. I'm going to go with sophisticated gunsmith. That might take a while to get to. Ooh, +4 attack for slave rabble? Okay, I'll take it. I love this pose. And we'll give him some bowmen. See what else he's
You
got
stand
going.
before the Sultan.
That's a pretty strong army that he's got with him already.
Devoted to Araby.
So I'm not going to worry about wasting money on more slaves. I'll get him some more.
You stand
bowmen.
before the Sultan.
No, we'll get him some
Devoted
ordinary
to Araby.
swordsmen, the warriors. That should be enough for now,
Commander of Jinn.
and I'll see you on the next turn. All right, and picking things up, we are on the defense. The forces of Ultramar under the Duke Baldwin have decided to come out and face us in the field. What they don't understand is that this is not the same Jafar that was defeated so long ago. He is all powerful, as they will soon find out. Let's get into this battle. The Arabian army is ready to march to war. Oh, that's nasty. It looks like the army of Outremer is more prepared than us. They actually brought war machines. All we've got is a genie. Not that that genie should be underestimated.
Fight, lads!
And I really love the color scheme that Outremer has. It's, I mean, it's so, it's just not bright and in your face like the rest of Bretonnia. Like, these guys have a little bit of humility, and there's Baldwin. And there is the Baron of Ibelin. Trying to remember his name. Balian. So he is literally supposed to be a one-for-one of Orlando Bloom's character from Kingdom of Heaven. Gotta love that. And these brave two are charging straight forward into our rabble. The rabble will not stop, however. Oh, nasty. So we have 3 goals that we have to attain. 1, we have to do something about their heroes. 2, we have to do something about their cavalry. And 3, we have to do something about their range. As you can see, Jafar is a little bit isolated out here. Oh, it looks like he's mad now. Oh! Not mad enough to stop that. And there he is. It is Sultan Jafar in his genie form. A lot more intimidating than the one from Disney, I'll give you that. How Baldwin's going to deal with that, I have no idea, but let's check out the rest of the battlefield. We've got our other team tearing it up out here. It's slave versus peasant over here. And Jafar has decided to move in and deal with this himself. Now, something to keep in mind about Jafar, obviously, if you look at him, he is going to cause terror, and that is going to be major when you're dealing with these more low morale troops. Now, these guys might not look like much, but they are knights blue lanes. They're just knights on foot. And they are tough. It looks like their first round of knights have been defeated.
Send them back to their hells!
I believe Balin has fallen. And Baldwin is retreating, leaving his forces to deal with us themselves. And again, I really just love the locals. They're fantastic. As you can see, this really has been a fight to finish. Nobody wants to give up. Well, our people want to give up. We're not going to allow our rebels to just run away. They will stay in this fight, even if it kills them. It looks like they're starting to run, so I'm going to let this finish up, but I will see you back on the campaign now to close things out. And a Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. Unfortunately, we did lose our genie, but I think that defeating Baldwin was worth it. Some of his knights did survive the Foot Knights Spillane. However, the rest of his army was scattered. So, let's replenish a little bit. I wish that we would have fought that in our territory so that we could replenish and just go straight for him. But that's okay. Another caravan encounter. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna do this caravan encounter and then I am going to call it an episode. I believe we've gone over our time, if not way over our time. So let's see. Drunbaz the Black. We spotted a smoke column in the distance. Upon further inspection, we noticed that it was moving. Specifically, it was moving towards us. It's a Chaos Dwarf convoy led by a priest Ashut. Upon their approach, they make their intentions clear. They are looking to trade, and they won't take no for an answer. Okay, I think that we could win this battle. My problem is that I don't think we could. We don't have anything to answer against that Iron Demon. The rest of the army, whatever. The Iron Demon, that's gonna tear us to shreds. But if we accept the offer and lose 200 slaves, we can take the Iron Demon, and I'm gonna do it. All right, so with that being done, I am going to close this episode out. I do hope that you enjoyed our first foray into Araby. and I will see you again tomorrow for the next episode. Till then, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll catch you later. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.